Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Bombshell channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Robyn Brown, the queen of crocodile tears and star of Sister Wives, is accusing Kody Brown of sabotaging their marriage with ruthless acts of cold-bloodedness. Robyn is well known for her sickly sweet nature and simpering tendencies, but her theatrics come off as overly romantic. She appears to be harassing the man she forced into monogamy right now. Kody is like Robyn's puppet, and she is the iron fist in the velvet glove. A cold day finds Robyn and Kody fighting in the teaser clip for Sister Wives Season 19, which debuts on September 15th. Although Robyn is wrapped up to protect herself from the cold, anger is boiling inside. It's odd that they are experiencing these problems considering that they were completely monogamous throughout the pandemic. It's as if officially dissolving the spiritual unions, which were mostly frauds anyhow, damaged their bond. Things seem to be shifting when we really spend time alone together. Robyn is causing a lot of drama without thinking twice, even though she is making fun of the father in front of the cameras. The monster, Kody's true issue is that he feels betrayed by his ex-girlfriends Mary, Janelle, and Christine Brown. Because of his extreme paranoia, he believes that everyone is trying to harm him. But in most cases, he's the one stirring up problems. Mental health doctors describe Kody's condition as specific loss of insight. He is unaware of his part in the situation. It's a serious weakness in his character, and his perception of unfair treatment is causing him to sabotage his marriage. Nobody likes to be around a whining, cranky, and unhappy partner. Regretfully, Robyn has had to deal with that ever since the Brown family began to fall apart. Though Kody is a bit unpleasant at the moment, she's hardly an angel. He must be really difficult to coexist with. It's not exactly a Disney story for these two, based on the TLC clip above. Perhaps it was simpler when it was just the two of them and the world. Now that they are genuinely alone in their marriage, they are unable to lash out at ex-partners and hold them accountable for all of their problems. They can't complain about disputes with the kids that Kody has with his non-Robyn spouses and blame Mary, Janelle, and Christine for everything. In the partnership, they are by themselves. Kody injured 3 decent ladies. In 2024, they are succeeding off-screen, demonstrating their brilliance and courage. Like Kody, Janelle is mourning the death of Garrison and is acting with bravery, decency, and grace. It's astounding how strong she is. During the pandemic, Janelle had little assistance with the children. Due to his strict restrictions about preventing viruses, Kody was unable to co-parent with Janelle and his children because they adhered to CDC criteria rather than his own. The unsavory fact is that Kody might not have received a vaccination at all. According to Paydon Brown, Kody refused the immunization, most likely to shame his father. Kody hasn't shown Mary any attention in a long time. She knew how to ignore people. It was more difficult for Janelle, who had a buddy-buddy relationship with Kody that included sporadic passionate moments, to get used to the growing emotional distance. Robyn, on the other hand, always had it all. She had Kody at her disposal. She was not in need of begging. She was in no need of complaining. Thus far, Robyn is evolving. She's been acting more hostilely for some time now. Robyn used to be the epitome of passive aggression. She would never just ask for what she wanted and express how she was feeling. She consistently employed backroom strategies, such manipulating Kody in private. Or she would make him feel inferior to the other wives by humiliating them. Robyn is now behaving in the same way as his other wives. She's telling him straight where he's making mistakes. Look what happened when the other wives took that action. Kody has trouble taking criticism. She is perfectly entitled to complain, though. He's come a long way, and she feels hurt by the way he treats her. Nothing will ever change if she keeps it from him knowing that she believes it to be wrong. Kody might be growing tired of hearing her complaints as he's likely been listening to them for some time. His pride is hurt quickly. He was capable of launching venomous tirades in response to even the mildest constructive criticism. He's made awful remarks about his former partners. Perhaps he treats Robyn in the same way. It's time to relate anything hurtful he said to Mary before she eventually ended their relationship, just to prove what kind of person he is. This was really cruel. She was devastated. Mary continued to cling to the belief that they could work out their differences as a couple. Then, on this momentous day, he insulted her for having the audacity to speak with him. He informed her that although their spiritual connection meant nothing to him, they were not truly married in the sense of sharing love. It was, in actuality, a pain in his side. What will happen if he continues to emotionally abuse Robyn in this way? She will begin searching for a way out. As soon as Kody gained authority, his maturity appeared to stop. Time seems to have stopped still. His fame led him to believe he was always correct. The largest obstacle in his relationship is this. It's possible that some Sister Wives viewers are unaware of Kody and Robyn's significant past issues. She really ejected him from the house they shared once. There had to be a serious issue if she was that irate. There is a misconception that Robyn and Kody are the ideal pair. They are the ones that promoted that narrative. They dislike being weak in front of other people. During an extended segment from Sister Wives Season 17, Robyn did acknowledge that she had kicked Kody out of the house. Things got really serious between them as they were arguing. A fan then requested that Kody perform a song for them on Cameo. They asked for anything that represented his state of mind at the time. So, not everything is sunshine and flowers. Things are a little disorganized underneath that king and queen nonsense. Nevertheless, they typically support one another in spite of such incident. Robyn might be pulling this sad performance to appease the public. Because she is thought to be the one who drove away 3 other sister wives, her reputation is in ruins. Therefore, reprimanding Kody in public could be a ploy to make herself seem more approachable. Because of his intense affection for Robyn, Kody used to receive criticism. He truly loved her, and he most likely still does, but he might find it difficult to express it because of all the family strife. Experiencing the effects of life's hardships, the patriarch appears agitated and resentful. He is unable of letting go of things. Although Kody is often too dramatic, it's typically when he's attempting to protect himself. He shifts into a mindset where he begins disparaging other individuals. He detests their criticism of him since it irritates him and causes him to become enraged. He has denigrated his ex-girlfriends by calling them princesses, making himself appear to be the man. And how they had to conceal from everyone around them their unrestrained lust. Because he couldn't just freely adore Robyn with all of his heart, he felt bound. For Mary and the other women, he promised to be more subdued. He performed a terrible job, though, judging by the hate he receives. It was evident to all that he loved her, and he seemed to constantly do so. Perhaps he no longer feels that way about love. It's possible that he's just generally over marriage. If not, why couldn't he just treat his wife nicely? Kody may be depressed since he has experienced numerous changes in his life. He exhibits extreme mood swings and is dissatisfied. He can be acting out because of mental health problems. Maybe he can obtain assistance. It's not easy to be famous. Kody blew up in season 18, storming out of Janelle's house and slammed the door behind him. He was punishing her too, even though she had sworn at him. He was a hothead, and his temper was quite unstable. Kody wasn't always the devil that he is now. He was never truly insane. Kody didn't start to fall apart until the family's issues reached a breaking point. He's accustomed to having tantrums in front of the camera now. There's no sign of the sweet man from the early seasons, the one who was so attractive and delightful. Good, Kody isn't doing anything. Robyn should quit putting him down since he is incapable of handling it. It reveals the darkest side of him. She used to be really diplomatic with Kody, she was careful to choose her words and constantly looked out for his ego. Perhaps Kody was never as flawless as Robyn made him out to be. Perhaps she simply posted that picture online since it presented her as a wealthy and successful woman. She must now face the truth. Since he provoked his now exes to leave, there's a good likelihood that he's trying to drive her out of his life now that things aren't going well. Then he accused them of having left. Kody doesn't criticize Robyn in public, but perhaps he will in the future. He deserves to let his feelings about her out in public. It seems as though they are under too much pressure to appear like the ideal pair. When Robyn took the lead, she was very arrogant. She seems to take pleasure in dominating the other women. It was almost funny how much she went out of her way to emphasize that she was the only wife who counted. She would insist on sitting directly beside Kody in meetings, for instance. She ignored the other women's sentiments, who probably thought less of her for behaving like a queen enthroned in a land of peasants. In actuality, Robyn sat where she did in order to gain attention from the other women, otherwise, why would she do it each and every time? She was aware of Christine's jealousy already. Robyn has a bad tendency of making fun of other women in an attempt to feel significant. It's such a terrible quality. If he does, he might be mistreating her in order to clear the path. He might even attempt to persuade her that their happiness would increase with the addition of another woman. It would be just as it was in the past. Robyn is not interested in this at all. Kody is constantly placing blame elsewhere. He's turning on Robyn if he isn't calling out his ex-partners for abandoning them despite his obvious neglect or calling them out as alienated parents. As the monarch of his realm, Kody demands more of his subjects than mere disobedience. Is Robyn truly treating him with disdain? Most likely not. More likely, his dark phase is just a source of fatigue. The man he used to be has changed. It's amazing how much he's changed. In the early seasons, he was a cheerful presence, always grinning and trying his hardest for the large family. When he got home from work, he spoke with folks. In general, he came across as polite and kind. The Kody of today is a different man, molded by his bad experiences. He doesn't have the necessary coping mechanisms, therefore he uses immature language and acts to destroy his marriage. He appears to be overcome with anger and grief, his appearance has changed and it's not just old age. It's the lowered brightness in the eyes and the lack of a smile. How cynical Kody is. Off-screen, Kody is mourning the death of a kid. Experiencing that is quite terrible, particularly considering that he was not in contact with Garrison Brown prior to his son's passing. He was a nightmare before the tragedy, which may have altered him, making him softer and more contemplative. Is he truly Robyn's ideal partner? It no longer seems to be the case. It's possible that Kody doesn't want a wife at all or just another one. He can be unintentionally ruining the relationship in order to get out. Perhaps he's simply unhappy, or he's just growing older. Perhaps he wants to start afresh, free from the burden of a failing marriage. Even though he's been acting like he loves Robyn, he's hurting her now that they're alone. This pair is experiencing something that is tearing them apart. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.